Opposition member for the 3rd District, Honorable Julian Fraser, says he has a problem with the Caribbean Examination Council, the CXC, and does not believe the Virgin Islands should adopt the educational standards established by the Organization of the Eastern Caribbean States, the OECS. Fraser's comments came when the Education Amendment Act 2014 was introduced and read for the first time during the 7th sitting of the House of Assembly on June 13.
I see in the bill where it talks about standards to meet OECS standards, changing the system from class to grades to meet the OECS standards. Madam Speaker, I have a fundamental problem. I have a fundamental problem with those kind of statements. It's similar to the problem I have with CXCs. And maybe, Madam Speaker, my position might be a little too heavy to drop on the public, just like that, because it might be misunderstood or misconstrued. But I think the BVI is a special place, and I think it should be treated as such. And until, Madam Speaker, we recognize and acknowledge the BVI to be special, what I am thinking the system should look like will never happen.
Fraser's mixed sentiments about CXC and the BVI's participation in the OECS prompted Education Minister Myron Walwyn to question Fraser's preference for that which bears a European or American brand.
I get a little concerned, Madam Speaker, because I've heard the members speak before on things like OECS and CXC and so forth. And it leaves me with the impression, and I hope he can stand up and correct me, and I will sit down and allow him to do so, that he has a problem with anything or anything or seems that any country south of the Virgin Islands. I'm getting that feeling that because it is something in the Caribbean, it is no good. And I want to give him the chance, and I will sit down, and I'm prepping him to do so, because it leaves the wrong impression, Madam Speaker, when you say those things. CXC has been around for a number of years. We are one of the founding members of the Caribbean Examination Council. And you hear the leader of the opposition boast about the quality of education in St. Kitts and other places, and CXC and the need for CXC. And we can't go about saying this. What we must do, if it's GCE, or if it's the qualification in the United States, all of a sudden it is good because it is north of us? Yeah. Is that what we're trying to say? If we're trying to get in line with the OECS standards in terms of the nomenclature and grades and so forth mirrors exactly what is happening in the United States. I only use the OECS because of the close relationship that we have with them as it relates to education. But the nomenclature that we're moving to right now is exactly what is used in the United States. They use grades. So maybe if I had said then in the objects and reason that we're moving to the nomenclature in the United States, the member perhaps would have been happy. He's been so prompted.
In his response, Fraser sought to distance himself from his own comments, saying Walwyn's comments were of a political nature.
It's typical. That's the politics in it. Politics in it, what they do is that they try to brand you. But I'm not into labeling people. See, I know why I'm here. Madam Speaker, I came up into the system a long time ago, from back in GCE. Well, I wasn't at Cambridge. The Premier was at Cambridge time, and I came at GCE time and all that. We in the Virgin Islands has always sought to advance. And what kind of advancement are we talking about when you move from GCE to CXC? All you did was you Caribbeanized something that was going on all along. That's all you did. There's absolutely no difference. Changed it from GCE, you brought it to the Caribbean, now it's CXC. what are we supposed to be doing here in the Virgin Islands? I was really and truly happy when I noticed that we had a school leaving exam and we had a diploma issued at the school. I was happy about that. And I'm also happy that that diploma is accepted all over, almost universal. If we only do what we're supposed to do, conclude the process that has already been started, which is getting accreditation. Get it. What's the Cayman Islands doing? What's Bermuda doing? I mean, why is it that we are a territory? We are all learned people. The days of when I was going to school in the high school, you know, you look around, you find about 5 people around with college degrees. Now, yesterday I was at a program, and I'm saying to myself, my God, man, I got to be a doctor because everybody's doctor this, doctor that, doctor the other. I mean, so that's the point I am trying to make. We are.
The Barbados-based Caribbean Examinations Council, the CXC, was established in 1972 by an agreement among 15 English-speaking Commonwealth Caribbean countries and the territories. The examinations provided by CXC replaced the UK-based General Certificate of Education, or GCE examinations, previously taken by students at the secondary level. The examinations are based on common regional curricula. The CXC method of assessment, which combines school-based assessment by classroom teachers with traditional examinations, was adopted as a model by other examining bodies, particularly in the UK.